Okay, well, hello, YouTube. Welcome back, fam. Welcome back to Tea and Tarot Tuesday. I'm your girl, Princess Leah. We are going to do our September All Signs reading. Let me go ahead and like this stage. I guess the terms and conditions have changed on YouTube, so I was a little bit thrown off when I read that I guess YouTube is accessing different parts now that I'm going live. I don't know, I'm going to have to read a little bit more into it the next time I want to go live. This kind of sprung up on me right before I was about to. So, I feel like that is a lot of, you know, Saturn retrograde now transiting back to the sign of Pisces energy, and eclipse in Pisces, the full moon eclipse in Pisces next week energy. I think all this right now, we're just kind of like looking back at the details of the terms and agreements of things. And we're like, did I really sign up for this? Do I really want this? Am I really ready for this? Do I want to move forward? So I decided to go ahead and move forward. And for this All Signs reading for September, part 2, we're going to get through Pisces, Aries, Taurus, Gemini, Cancer, and Leo tonight. If you are in the other signs or wanting to cross-read, watch for another sign of Virgo, Libra, Scorpio, Sagittarius, Capricorn, and Aquarius. That was recorded last week. And so you can check out my Tea and Tarot Tuesday playlist for last week. Otherwise, we're going to go ahead and get started. I hope you're having a great week to you, a great start to your September so far. I did my daily divine messages from Spirit for all of our for the week of September and this week ahead in the month of September yesterday. So if you want to take a look at that, you can go check out my daily divine messages from Spirit playlist. All of that is linked in my description box. But we're gonna get started here. Got my Palo Santo. If you're new to my channel, we call it my Tea and Tarot Tuesday because I handcraft my own fruit-infused herbal tea from my Femrim's Apothecary. And if you ever book a one-on-one session, soul session with me, you get a 1 ounce loosely handcrafted tea from Femrim's. So I like to tip on my tea. I hope you like to sip on your tea while we're getting into the tea of this tarot for the All Signs this evening. Welcome on everyone who is joining us. So I hope you got your tea ready, whatever you sipping on, water, tea, coffee, wine, whatever it is that you would like. Tonight what I'm sipping on is my mango ginger yerba mate that I brew as well, and I mix it with a little bit of a citrus detox tea and put a little mango lemonade. Pretty delicious. I want to sip on it right now. Okay, cheers. Okay, tonight we have our message, enjoy the journey. Everyone who is all here joining in, what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to pull for tarot for the Divine Feminine, Divine Masculine, and the messages from Spirit for all the signs of Pisces, Aries, Taurus, Gemini, Cancer, and Leo. I will be time stamping, so if you want to tune back, you can always listen to whomever you would like. Thank you everyone for being here. Thank you for liking and subscribing to my channel. I appreciate you. Thank you for your very, very kind comment here, Mr. Arda. Dimitri, I appreciate that. Shout out to you. Shout out to all of your compliments. I'm going to try to keep our conversation here acquiring to this tarot and tea. If anything resonates, you can let me know. Otherwise, I will keep personal conversations out of it just so I don't get distracted, because we'll be here all night if so. But yeah, let me know if you're a Pisces, Aries, Taurus, Gemini, Cancer, Leo in the house, or if you are any other sign. That was my recording last week. So like I said, you can check that out from last week in my Tea and Tarot Tuesday playlist. But let's tap into Pisces. Let me go ahead and get my timestamp. I'm going to try to keep these at about 10 minutes per, but they usually are about 10-15 minutes. So let's go ahead and get started with Pisces. I'm going to say 5 minutes on the dot. Pisces Divine Feminine, let's go ahead. Shout outs from Turkey. Yes, 2:44 a.m. Well, good morning. Good morning. Glad we can chat all around the world. We can reach everyone from all around the globe. Tuning in here from the United States. So it is like 6 o'clock tonight. So yeah. Thank you for, yes, shout out to you. Yeah, shout out to you. What is your name? Eisneger Hunting Time. Okay. Shout out. Thanks for being a new subscriber to this family. What my mission is here on my channel, Princess Leah 888, is to heal the heart of a divine masculine, the sacred feminine, for the soul of mankind through conscious love. So I like to pull from the highest frequencies as we're pulling our tarot messages from spirit. And sometimes as an intuitive artist, performing artist, I also might even channel some songs. So let me know. So Pisces, divine feminine, we have the Wheel of Fortune that came out in reverse. I feel like that was kind of a false start too, just because I started chatting. So I'm going to say 6:30. That was like a minute and a half of shuffling. The Wheel of Fortune in reverse. So maybe you're starting to feel like for the month of September, we have the Knight of Swords and the Queen of Swords that came out in reverse as well. I'm just going to take one card for each. I will put the Queen of Swords here at the bottom of the deck. The Four of Swords as well. So lots of swords energy, which is typically considered through our mind. That's our mental, also verbal communication. That can be whether it's through consciousness, conscious communication, whether it's through telepathic communication, our mind. I'm hearing Pisces. Now you are the sign that likes to be in your head a lot, kind of like Gemini, but more so Pisces, you're in your dream space. You're always dreaming. Why? Because you are that spiritual being, all right? You are that high priestess. Thank you so much. Shout out to you, the white egg. I appreciate your subscribe. I appreciate all your guys' likes and being here. So thank you so much. So let me get back into this message for Pisces, divine feminine. There is communication that wants to be had. However, with the Knight of Swords in reverse, you are feeling a little bit tongue-tied is what I'm hearing. There's a conversation that wants to be had, a decision that wants to be made, but maybe you're feeling a little bit indecisive, a little bit worried that your decision, that you are not using your head and your heart in balance, because this wanted to come out the Queen of Swords with the Knight of Swords both in reverse. So Pisces, divine feminine, you're worried in your head about, can I speak and act from a place of a balanced mind and heart? I don't want to act from a place or speak or respond. Maybe you're having a hard time communicating or responding back to someone's message, or wanting to share what it is that you truly feel, and you're trying to be mindful about how to communicate this. I don't want to be too emotional and I lose my logic. I don't want to be too logical and practical and cut off my emotions, right? And I'm hearing this could be in the place of, in love. This could be in a place of relationship. This could be a place of work. Maybe you're wanting to speak to someone of authority, or maybe someone that's a little bit older than you. Queen of Swords energy. But with the Four of Swords here at the bottom of the deck, take a little bit of time to really sit with what it is that you want to say. The Four of Swords is about rest, preparation. If you're unsure of how to speak, then make sure that you are really sitting with what it is that you want to say. And I see the chat going on right now. Lots of question marks. I'm sorry I'm not chatting right now because I'm tuning into Pisces energy. So let me know if Pisces, if you in the house, divine feminine, we all have feminine, masculine energy within us. So Yeah, shout out to you. I'm just going to go ahead and keep rolling in here though, but shout out to everyone, okay? So, yeah, I think that's the message that's very clear. Take a moment to really, your mind is chattering right now. You're unsure. How do I speak with my heart and my head? How do I speak with my heart and my mind? How do I make that balanced discernment? We have this full moon energy here with the Queen of Swords. We have the full moon in Pisces lunar eclipse next week on the 7th. And so this energy right now is very, very potent for this, the veil, for communication. Maybe you're feeling someone's energy very strongly and you're like, how do I reciprocate? How do I communicate? And maybe you're wanting, and like I said, I can't go into too much details, very vague, only because I will be here all night for every sign. If not, that's why I split it into two, so I can try to keep it, these all sign readings within an hour, hour and a half. So to due diligence on every sign, let me, start shuffling for the divine masculine here, Pisces. But Pisces feminine, go within is what I'm hearing. Go within. The answers are within. If you need to journal it out, journal it out. If you need to, talk it out, talk it out. Talk it with a friend, a counselor, a mirror, whatever you need to do, into a recorder, and the eclipse full moons are about closure. And this eclipse is going to be very potent, especially because Saturn has just re-entered. Saturn retrograde has just re-entered into Pisces. So Pisces, divine feminine, sun, moon, or rising, or stellium, wherever Pisces is in your chart, you are going to, I know I said I'm going to move on to the masculine, I'm still talking to the feminine, but you're going to be feeling this. This is about what is it that you are closing. Saturn is the planet of responsibility, of karma, of, what actions have you been taking to end cycles, versions of yourself, things that are no longer in alignment with you, right? In alignment with you. And how can you use that discernment to release and to let go and to trust? My mantra, I have a lot of Pisces in my chart. So my mantra today, I've been feeling it a lot too, is this past couple days have been, I trust, I believe, and I surrender. So I feel like Pisces divine feminine, that's what you want to do. You want to trust, you want to believe, you want to surrender. Believe in yourself, trust in yourself, believe in what it is that you are moving through. Believe that the answers are coming and the conversations will be had. The truth will reveal itself. You're a very intuitive being, Pisces. That's why the King of Cups is out here right now for divine masculine. And the Nine of Cups, that's more like it. Pisces, you are a water sign. You are so spiritually connected. You remind me of the High Priestess, where you are so spiritually connected to source, so psychic, so wise, that you being in your head, divine feminine, is really pulling you out of your element. So maybe you have a lot of air in your chart too. You could be a Pisces Aquarius cusp, but the divine masculine has the King of Cups and the Nine of Cups out here. So the King of Cups, this is emotional maturity. This is very, very masculine, holding that space, holding that energy. It's very beautiful energy for this month of September, divine masculine. And then the Nine of Cups at the bottom of the deck, I love that, because as you are holding space, divine masculine, you are able to tune into your emotional needs, able to communicate with your emotional body, and that is giving you, matching you to this emotional fulfillment. It's allowing you to tap into an emotional fulfillment within yourself, as well as acquiring that within your connections with the Three of Pentacles underneath that. You're able to work together. Work with your strengths, work with your partners, with your co-workers, with your family, because this month is supporting you in coming into the completion, I'm hearing, with your emotional body, coming into the completion with your emotional maturity. Whatever it is that you had to release over time, over this year, over this month, you are utilizing that divine masculine to learn how to move, navigate, embody, embrace all those beautiful emotions so that it can bring you to that independent fulfillment. Okay, that's really beautiful. So let's see what message Spirit has to say for you, Pisces. We have the 8 of Wands in reverse at the bottom of the deck. So the 8 of Wands, Pisces. And then look, the Akashic Records wants to come out as well with the Hierophant underneath. So Pisces, yeah, lots of wisdom. That's why I get a lot of King of Cups, High Priestess, with the 8 of Wands, taking that action. Okay? Going back to Divine Feminine, don't be afraid to speak from the heart. Even if it's not 1000% in alignment with your mind practicality. Sometimes the heart and the mind, they say the longest journey is from your head to your heart. Because you have to unlearn, undo a lot of these outdated patterns, habits, cycles that we're ending right now. Karmic endings with Saturn retrograde in Pisces, with this lunar eclipse in Pisces. So many karmic cycles ending that are causing you to have to shift, have to tap into the wisdom of your soul, which is Pisces energy, and have that grace, have that emotional maturity to trust that you have all the communication skills that you need to communicate. To speak from your heart, to still have your mind intact, to still balance that practicality and spirituality. Okay? So, action this month you're going to be taking, but you're going to take this action from a place of your soul wisdom. From a place, I'm even hearing your heart and your sacral, that kundalini, that life force energy is going to empower you. Maybe you're trying to figure out how to move, how to raise your energy, your vibration into a higher look. The 10 of Cups underneath the Hierophant. Somebody is really trying to understand how they can move into your next soul contract in love, in harmony, and happily ever after. Okay, but you got to tap into all that knowledge, all that wisdom is within you, Pisces. It's all within you. It's not just your heart and your mind. It's not just your heart and your head. It's your entire energetic soul system. It's your emotions. It's your heart. It's your physical, your mental, your spiritual being awakening, reaching 9 and 10 of Cups, reaching this ultimate fulfillment, emotional fulfillment, happily ever after fulfillment. This could be marriage for someone with if that is something that you're tapping deep within. Maybe that's why you're feeling all tongue-tied. You're not sure how you want to move forward, Pisces. Because someone here, Spirit is saying, what you don't see coming is that there's going to be this soul Akashic recognition. And the Hierophant is about contracts. It can be about marriage. And the 10 of Cups underneath that is like family and happily ever after. And all the good, mushy-gushy, lovey-dovey energy. So this doesn't have to be a relationship for some of you, Pisces, but it can very much be. It could also be something of your that just brings you emotional fulfillment, a passion of yours, a purpose, So move in that direction. Whoever you got to speak to, do it. But take a moment to give yourself the time, the grace, and honor what it is that you truly want to say. Write it out if you need. You know, like I said, record it out if you need to, and then just play it back and listen. What are the creative things that you need to get through? What are all the bullet points that you want to make sure that you ask so that you can move forward? Take action, because Eight of Wands is about radical action. It's about expansive action. It's about ending cycles to begin new cycles action with that Hierophant, okay? All right, I'm going to move forward because I've been chatting way too long. So thank you, Pisces. That was very long for you. We're going to move on to Aries. Oh, Pisces, I'm sorry. I know I chatted some more. The first one always gets the longest because I get really into it and I got to get my channel hat. But here's your T formation. Pisces, I love this. This is perfect for you. In all things of nature, there is something of the marvelous. Something of the marvelous. That's at Akashic Records. Leave space for source, for divine magic to come through. Hold space for the emotions to be felt. Don't run from them. The conversations, the tough conversations, the actions, the cycles, the contracts, it's all in your divine favor, okay? So, sorry, Aries, I had to start again. Let's try again, Aries. Divine Feminine. 22, that was a really long one. Okay, I'm going to try to speed this through. But whatever spirit comes through, spirit gonna come through. So I hope that helps. But we have a lot of Pisces energy in the collective, so I'm gonna say that that was for a collective read. Okay. All right, we have Three of Wands, Aries in reverse, showing up. Divine Feminine. There's a path that you are trying to take. But maybe you're feeling a little bit unsure. Look at that. The Five of Cups wanting to come through with the Page of Pentacles. A few of them wanted to come through, but we're going to stop at the Page of Pentacles. Okay, so Five of Cups is a very, is healing, is grieving, is moving through the release. Moving through the exhale. The Five of Cups, you see how she is hovering over these three spilled cups. Very, very held tight onto what has happened already. The spilled cups that have happened. It could be in friendship, relationships. You know, the Three of Cups is about that family, soul tribe. This could be toxic communication, gossip, whatever the case is. The Aries Divine Feminine, you are really focused on those things. But what your back is turned to is missing the Two of Cups, is missing the cups that are upright, this partnership. The Two of Cups is a partnership, of equal partnership. So maybe because you're focusing so much on past relationships that did not work, past pain, past traumas, past, you know, this is the Page of Pentacles also. This could be about your childhood, pain from your childhood, relationships from your childhood, the seeds that you planted in your childhood, and you're wondering, where did it go? What is this, what it has grown to? Got the Six of Cups underneath that, which is also very much about inner child healing. You see how she's giving back a cup to her inner child. But that can also be about childhood nostalgia. So this very much Divine Feminine, you are grieving something from your childhood, grieving what is no longer a part of your next journey. You're grieving the seeds that were planted and maybe didn't sprout the way that you wanted them to sprout exactly. Maybe you're grieving relationships that didn't turn out exactly the way you wanted them to turn out. Maybe you're grieving the person that you wanted to be, or the person that you were and are no longer now. You could be a mother and you are grieving who you were before you became a mother. You could be, moving, in your 30s, 40s, 50s, and you're grieving who you were in your teens and 20s and 30s, right? But what's happening right now in September is a major shift. And that's causing you to walk away. I'm trying not to get too deep into the bottom of the deck, but it's causing you to, Eight of Cups, walk away from what's no longer serving you from your past. All of those pain body memories, all of those, the spaces that kept you stuck, the spaces that prevented you from being able to see the Two Cups standing here, the partnerships that are healthy, are available to you. So right now you're grieving having to let go of relationships and people and ideals and fantasies and dreams. Not because you're not worthy, Aries, Divine Feminine, not because you failed, but because you have other seeds that have been planted. Maybe you just forgot. Look, she planted like 4 of these seeds. This is the one where the pentacle is getting planted. Maybe you've been looking for the pentacle in all of these other places that you already, maybe you thought the pentacle were in these other ones, and now in September you're going to be finding the one pentacle that you did plant, that rare one pentacle that you did plant, and that's the pot that you did give back to your inner child. That's that healing for your inner child, seeing what is now available to you, what is now growing from who you have become, from what you experienced. Okay, Divine Feminine, Aries, I hope that helps. And I'm an Aries, so this is also hitting home too, but I'm receiving it as I can. This whole reading is just very strong in my chart, so I'm just going to be receiving all these messages. Thank you, Spirit, as meant for me. But I'm channeling as well, so I'm gonna have to listen back, because sometimes I just kind of black out while I'm just pulling messages from the highest frequency from Spirit for us and our conscious being. Look at this. Wow, Divine Masculine, Aries. We got the Devil in reverse. Okay, let's talk about it. Do you wanna come through? Ooh, no, and yes at the same time. So you see how it all flew out. The Page of Swords. Wow, Ten of Swords. Knight of Swords in reverse. So, and then underneath that was the Six of Cups and the Ten of Wands. Wow, this is deep energy. This is deep energy. So, Divine Masculine, Aries. With the Page of Swords wanting to fly out, as soon as I'm talking about the, we saw that Devil card at the bottom. The Knight of Swords in reverse as well. Lots of Swords energy. But I'm hearing like there's this kind of obsession, that's what I'm getting with this Page of Swords, because they consider the Page of Swords the stalker of the tarot. And this Devil energy is what I'm hearing about it is more of an obsession, right? More of an obsession. It's like very, very obsessive. Divine Masculine. This could be you, Divine Masculine, or someone that you're listening to, about, or this obsession about with the page, more page energy, childhood observations, childhood memories. But September, with the Knight of Swords in reverse, this communication that wants to come through. Pages are messengers. Knights are offerings. There wants to be a communication, and that's the same thing with the Pisces energy for Divine Feminine. The Page of Swords, I believe it was, and the Knight of Swords. No, it was the Queen of Swords and the Knight of Swords. But still, both of those in reverse. So maybe if you're feeling like, just, I'm hearing like stuck in your head and stuck on your words. How do you, I see the Ace of Swords trying to creep through in the middle of the deck here, Divine Masculine. Whatever offering, whatever that you want to communicate is not coming out the exact way that you want. I'm also just got an emphasis on honesty and lying. Maybe that's where you're feeling tongue-tied. Maybe you're feeling like I keep telling half-truths or partial truths or full-on lies, and I don't want to do that. I don't want. I'm picking up an energy here. And it could be you, whoever is listening, Divine Masculine Aries. And it could be someone else in your fields. But there's this kind of, again, this obsessive energy around. Yeah, but that's coming to an end with the Ten of Swords. That wants to come to an end. That is coming to a completion. Yeah, the lies, the deceit, the cheating, all of that toxic, I'm hearing the toxic energy, the toxic binds with that devil energy is coming to an end. Yeah, the Six of Cups underneath that as well. So Aries, there's a lot of nostalgia around childhood. There's a lot of nostalgia around even past life. So maybe there's things that are coming up, karmic endings from past lives that are coming to an end right now as well. Neptune is in Aries, Chiron is in Aries. And so, you know, there's a lot of wounding that's coming into healing right now, Aries. Divine Masculine and Feminine, honestly. A lot of healing, grief, grieving, past versions of you, obsessing over, you know, what it is that you like, that you really want, or obsessing over watching this connection, obsessively watching, wanting to get it right, maybe even obsessively lying, but wanting to end that toxic cycle. That's what this full moon and Pisces eclipse is telling you, Aries. It's time. September is going to support you in ending those toxic cycles. Okay? Trust and believe. Okay? Yeah, the Eight of Wands at the bottom from Spirit. Actions. Look at the High Priestess coming through with the Knight of Wands. Spirit is saying trust and believe and surrender to your highest self, to your highest truth, to your highest timeline. Trust and believe that everything that you need is within you. Trust and believe that all the answers, all the truths are within you. All the truths will set you free. You know the truth. And I kept saying High Priestess for Pisces too, so you might have that Pisces energy in your chart, maybe your cusp. But the way I have the Page of Wands, because it's the way it came out, was sideways, meaning that, or the Page of Swords. So I'm feeling like Divine Masculine Aries, again, you're shifting out of like this obsessive compulsive, like watching from a distance, or like needing to know everything before you can take action, before you can communicate, before you can speak your truth, or even obsessive compulsive, like not telling the truth, right? And so ending that cycle is what September is going to be really, really strong for you and supportive for you, okay? Because there is something with that nostalgic past life, High Priestess, that kind of gives me that Akashic Records energy as well. There is something that your soul is telling you to look into from past life memories, from soul recognitions, perhaps with who it is that you are, obsessively looking at or watching or wanting to communicate with or grieving over. So let your soul speak to you and let your highest self guide you. Okay, Aries? Wow, really deep. Was not expecting that. Okay, I guess I'll receive that. Your T formation, Aries, says Earth laughs in flowers. Ralph Waldo Emerson. Earth laughs in flowers. Confirmation, honk. So remember, the seeds that you're planting and have planted since you were a child are growing. They just may not be growing at the time frame that you want, or in the way that you want, or maybe you're looking at a different pot from where you planted your your desires. So think about that as well. The earth laughs and flowers. Maybe you need to plant your intentions for the full moon of what it is that you're releasing, Aries. And then you can, the things that you want to release, you can then burn it and then put that in water for Pisces water, and then pour that into a plant for the Virgo season, and just let that transmute into what it is that will align you to what it is that you want. The universe knows, source hears what it is that you want, even in your cries for what it is that you don't want. That's why those Two of Cups are standing up behind you. Okay? All right. I'm going to move on to Taurus. 37. All right, Taurus, Divine Feminine. Divine Feminine, Taurus. Sun, Moon, Rising. Wherever Taurus is in your chart, we all have a second house. Just like we all have a 12th house for Pisces, we all have a first house for Aries. Wherever Taurus is in your chart. Divine Feminine. Two of Wands. Two of Wands. Trying to show up in reverse. What decisions are you having a hard time making? Two of Swords. Look, with the Seven of Cups underneath. Or I'm sorry, Two of Cups with the Seven of Cups underneath that. So what decisions are you having a hard time making? Choices around partnership. Taurus. Who is your partner? With the train honks in the background for confirmation. So Divine Feminine, you're wondering, who is my equal match? Who is my perfect match, right? Who is my equal mate? And you're looking at meditating on all these different options, all these different, suitors is the word that wants to come out. The suitors, all their different offerings, right? Home, rainbows, love, money, victory, seduction, Kundalini. And it's like, or magic almost, mystery, mystical. So it's like, this is what you are meditating on. You're trying to figure out who can I work best with the Three of Pentacles underneath that. Who can I build with? Who can I build with where my weaknesses are, their strengths can lift me up, and where their weaknesses are, my strengths can lift them up. Who can be that equal partner? And this doesn't have to be in love necessarily. This can also be partnership in a business, right? This can be partnership in friendship. Who is that equal partner, equal match to my frequency, to my emotional needs, my physical needs, my sexual needs, my spiritual needs, my financial needs, right? Well, who can I build with and build life with and expand with? That's what you're meditating on in this month of September. But that's your strongest frequent, or your strongest energy. But go within to see, do does this one person have to match and meet all of those, right? Do you need to have your partner also be your best friend, your therapist, your right? Like your business partner, your father, your mother, your everything, right? Or can you also allow for like other friendships to blossom? But I'm hearing that also feminine, divine feminine Taurus, you may be evaluating those connections in your life altogether and seeing where is there an equal balance, reciprocity, equal partnership, equal friendship in all of them. So take that as a resonance. I'm kind of picking up a lot of different messages for a lot of different Taurus here. So stretch my leg. Taurus divine masculine, you have the Emperor here at the bottom of the deck. Wants to stay out with the Queen of Swords. Divine masculine Taurus. Oh, I see that devil wanting to sneak up underneath that Queen of Swords. Okay. So be mindful, divine masculine Taurus. You are coming into your Emperor divine masculine energy this month. But be mindful, because what is hidden is that devil energy. But the eight of cups, you're walking away from that. You're walking away from the devil. You're walking away from whatever is obsessive, toxic, unhealthy, which is beautiful, because you are using discernment. You are using discernment, practicality. You are meeting your heart and your head, and you're finding, how can I move in alignment with my truth? Really beautiful, Taurus, divine masculine. So stay strong in that Emperor energy that's coming through for the month of September. Yeah. So let's see what Spirit says. Five of Swords, Taurus, Five of Swords. Oh, that's a big chunk that wanted to flip over. Emperor wanted to come through again at the bottom of the deck. We're going to take the Queen of Cups, because that's at the top of this novel. And that wanted to come through. Five of Cups at the bottom. Yeah. Queen of Swords again. So, Queen of Cups and Five of Cups, Spirit is saying to you, Taurus, have compassion, hold space for loving compassion during whatever it is that you have to grieve, which is going to be the old, outdated version of you. All of that devil energy that you're walking away from, that's no longer emotionally serving you. That could be an addiction to, drugs, alcohol, sex, love, whatever, an addiction. Or it could be just, again, it could be holding on to stinking thinking, toxic beliefs, disempowering agreements about yourself, self-loathing, depression. It could be toxic people in your life. It could be obsessions, whatever that might be. You're releasing, you're walking away from, Taurus, masculine. And feminine, you are also walking away from the people that are not in that equal frequency of reciprocity. I just heard you're not chasing anymore of people who are unavailable to meet you where you need to be in order for a relationship to be balanced. So give yourself a lot of grace and compassion during this time. Nurture those wounds, nurture your heart, nurture this, you know, the relationships that you do want. And that will help you with moving with more, um, yeah, grace and discernment. So Taurus, your divine T formation is, if you truly love nature, you'll find beauty everywhere. Vincent Van Gogh. Mm. So I love that energy for you, Taurus, because I think we just got to a commercial break here. Um, I think that's pretty perfect for this change of signs, but I think it's going to move on. So yeah, it's going to actually just stop because it paused. But so I'm going to go ahead and carry on the rest so I don't have to get up and to it. So we'll just listen to the beautiful cicadas singing in the background. Thank you, Midwest. So yeah, if you truly love nature, you'll find beauty everywhere. Ain't that right, Taurus? All right, let's go ahead and let's carry on to Gemini. Gemini, Divine Feminine. Let's see, you have the Knight of Wands here, Divine Feminine, showing up. Yeah, the Knight of Wands, passion, and the Four of Pentacles. Hold close to what it is that you are moving towards, what you are being offered. I'm hearing that you hold close to what you, hold on, let me hear it. It came through. Hold close to the passions that you value most, okay? Because the Chariot at the bottom of the deck is telling you, Gemini, Divine Feminine, that you are very close to what it is that you have been moving towards. You have been listening. You have been moving with the I'm hearing with the signs, I'm seeing like signals, like traffic signals of like red light, green light, yellow light, red light, green light, yellow light, you know? And your perspective is shifting. You have the Hangman underneath the Chariot. So a lot of major arcana to this is very prevalent energy that you're in for September. Gemini Feminine. Maybe you're traveling with a suitcase. Maybe you're moving in September. But I am just hearing to make sure that you take with you what you value most. Hold close, okay? And don't let go of the path that you are on. It might feel like it's out of this world, but you, Divine Feminine Gemini, are out of this world. I know that sounds so cheesy, but it's so true. You have taken a lot of what you have learned from your experience, the good, the bad, the uglies, the shadow, the lights, and it's really clearing your path for you to trust. And like the fall leaves, this feels like September energy with the fall leaves coming in, falling in the Four of Pentacles. I love this lavender hair. With the boots. Anyway, it's just me admiring the styles because I love fashion. But we have the Knight of Swords again for the Divine Masculine Gemini. Swords, more communication, lots of communication that wants to come through. Beautiful Ace of Wands with the Hierophant and the Ten of Cups underneath that. Wow, very beautiful. So once again, that actually mimics the Hierophant and the Ten of Cups that was at the bottom of the deck for Spirit. I believe it was for Pisces. I think so. And so maybe you have Pisces in your chart. But Divine Masculine, Gemini, Sun, Moon, or Rising, you have a lot of divine clearing on your side. Whatever energies that need to be cleared are making its way to open up more paths of brand new energy for you. Yeah, I hear that. Especially if you're moving into a new energy. Maybe you're moving furniture, moving into a new energy. Hierophant here. You're coming into new soul contracts. Literally, you might be coming into new contracts, leasing contracts, whatever the case might be. And it's going to offer you a new, a brand new, with the Ten of Cups, just like a brand new look at life, a brand new vibrancy, where you can really just like, you know, let your children run and your partnership flourish. And, you know, it's going to help with, I'm hearing magnifying, you know, just your communication. This could be marriage for you, some of you too, maybe, or just maybe you're moving in with a partner and that's taking that next step into your relationship. With the Knight of Swords, you could be very much offering that as a step in that direction, or whatever the case might be. But if that is the case, congratulations, Gemini. Let's see what messages Spirit says. Six of Cups here at the bottom of the deck. Some nostalgia, some past life. Maybe you have spent a, you know, have some past life energy, memories with this person, or just your past life is moving you in that direction. Hierophant, you know, being divinely ordained for this new life. This is beautiful, Gemini. Spirit has the Nine of Cups and the Empress out for you. Very beautiful. Lots of emotional, look in the Akashic records underneath the Empress. Look at this, tapping into that divine feminine receptive, gracious receptivity. That's the word that wants to come through. You are attracting your 9 and 10 of Cups, Gemini. You're attracting your happily ever after, your fulfillment, because you are tuning into and tuning into that Akashic knowledge, that Akashic wisdom. That's why the Hierophant card here for the Divine Masculine, I love this Hierophant card, that, you know, is being blessed, ordained, and totally, yeah, just blessed. These two men are completely being given blessings, and you're receiving the blessings. And now you get to enjoy the blessings for the month of September, Gemini. Stay in that Divine Empress energy of receiving, because all that wisdom and knowledge, all that happiness and fulfillment is within you. Really beautiful. Look at this. Gratitude leads to love. Okay? Very beautiful, Gemini. We love that. Welcome on, welcome on. Yes, gratitude leads to love, Gemini. That's exactly what's going to continue to bring you more fresh, new, clear energy on your road to conscious love. Gratitude. What did I say? Gracious receptivity with gratitude and from all the abundance. Hey, April Sandals, welcome on, girly girl. Yes. We have a question here, Hector. And Gemini and Cancer are getting back together. Well, I mean, Gemini, I haven't read for Cancer yet, but you got some good stuff coming and brewing for you this month of September. That's what it looks like. That's what it looks like. So let's move on into Cancer, and we shall see. All right. Also, when I see the Ace of Wands to clear the energy, I'm always told to, I feel like that's when I need to light my sage and clear the energy of the reading. That was a really beautiful read though, Gemini. But that was pretty heavy coming up, leading up to it with a lot of that, clearing of a lot of, with that for Aries and Taurus with the devil coming out, clearing a lot, walking away, ending cycles of toxicity. But it's got to happen. It's not bad. There's no bad card in tarot, even if it is the devil. Or it's like, that just represents, again, that can represent obsession. That can represent, toxic cycles and binds that you need to release, chains that have been keeping you stuck. So, and with the cards that were coming around it, Taurus, I don't know why I feel like I need to recap, but somebody needs to recap. But Taurus, divine masculine, you're walking away. The Eight of Cups, you were walking away from that energy, okay, from that toxicity. And the Ten of Swords for Aries masculine, that was the masculine energy for Aries and Taurus. You're walking away, and you're also completing those cycles of, dishonesty and deceit. So I know it's strong, but that's what this eclipse energy is here for, to complete the cycles. That's what Pisces energy of the eclipse and Saturn and retrograde in Pisces, all that is meant to fully, finally finalize and complete what doors are closing, locking, and bolting that can no longer enter into the next season, the next lifetime, the next timeline. Okay, honks for confirmation in the background. All right, we're gonna carry on. We got Cancer and Leo left. Let me go ahead and timestamp for Cancer. We're at 57, making good time. Yeah, Divine Feminine, Cancer. All right, let's try that again. That was not a good shuffle. So, sometimes Cancer, Divine Feminine, you just got to try again. Dust yourself off and try again. You can dust it off and try again. Try again. If at first, if you don't succeed. Yes, Aaliyah. Rest in peace. Thank you, confirmation. All right. We have the Star here in reverse for you, Cancer, Divine Feminine. The Star here wants to stay out. We'll put it up right. And the Six of Cups. Okay, so Cancer, Divine Feminine, Sun, Moon, or Rising. Wherever the fourth house is in your chart, wherever Cancer is in your chart, we don't have a fourth house. But the Star here, you are wishing upon a star. You're wishing on something that is, with the Six of Cups, you're wishing, hoping, and calling, praying to the higher power, that source, God, job, Allah, whatever you want to call it, divine, something that is bigger than you, on hopes, dreams, healing. This could be something that you've been wishing for since you were a child, that now you're looking back, or you're talking to that inner child, or you've been doing some inner child work, and you're reflecting, and you're like, look at where we are, look at how far we've come. This could be in a partnership with the Two of Cups underneath that. That takes me back to, was it Taurus that had the Six of Cups and Two of Cups? I don't know. It could be Taurus. So maybe you have Taurus in your chart as well, Cancer, Divine Feminine. But you are, I love this though. You're pouring back into you. Aquarius energy with this Star card, but I also think of Sagittarius energy as well, because there's so much hope. I just also heard a hopeful romantic, instead of hopeless romantic, you are hopeful romantic, Cancer, because you are learning from your childhood loves and memories. Maybe you're going down memory lane and having all this nostalgia, reflecting back, and you're asking yourself, what wishes did I cast when I was a child in partnership that is now coming to fruition in this month of September, you know? But all of those wishes on those shooting stars are all coming into fruition for September because of the work that you have done on your own inner child healing, and because of the person that you have grown into. Woman, man, it doesn't matter. Divine feminine is non-gender, but I do use she, her pronouns for divine feminine just for the sake of ease, and he, him pronouns for divine masculine. So I hope that's okay, but take it as it resonates, you know? And if you're cross-watching Cancer, for Cancer, divine feminine, you know, this is really, really beautiful energy around, you know, just, again, trusting in the higher power and your hopes, your dreams. What you go to bed praying at night is being heard, is what I'm hearing. What you've been praying for since you were a child is being heard. That love, that partnership is being heard. Partnership in a romantic connection, but also partnership in your own just divine feminine masculine union within yourself. Two of Pentacles for the divine masculine Cancer with the King of Swords. And so divine masculine Cancer, you're finding balance. I love that this one has this yin yang. And Hector, you asked what my zodiac sign is. Give it away. And we're like, damn, let me listen to her. I had some deep readings that Spirit had to speak to me on today. But yeah, no, all of this matches all my zodiac. This is right in my zodiac field. But I'm a Aries, Cancer rising, Taurus moon. It's all coming through. Pisces, stellium. Yeah, all these answers I'm hearing right now, messages from Spirit. So yeah, what's your sign? What's your sign, Hector? Anyway, I'm going to carry on. You have the Two of Pentacles, and it's blurry, so I apologize, but she's wearing this necklace that's this yin-yang. And that is of balance, harmony. That is of the balance and harmony of the masculine and the feminine energy. So as we're talking about that partnership within your own masculine, feminine, within yourself first, is what does bring forth the attraction and the fruition of a physical counterpart. When you have that balance and harmony within yourself, within your emotions. She's in front of all this water. And when you make that decision, the King of Swords at the bottom of the deck, Cancer masculine, when you make that ultimate decision, final decision, not letting anyone else sway you, wherever you want to go, whatever you choose to do, King of Pentacles underneath that divine masculine, step into that king that you are, divine masculine, Cancer, okay. And I love this energy. Hector 742 in Chicago, okay. I don't know what that means necessarily, but okay. Shout outs to Chicago. Cancer divine masculine, you are sitting on your throne as your king, as a king, as the king that is within you. Don't let anyone sway the decisions that you're making. You're trying to juggle a lot right now, but at the end of the day, you're coming into King of Swords, King of Pentacles. You make the final decision. You have the final word. And stand firm with it. Stand firm with it. Chariot, Cancer energy. Here comes Mr. Tony, Grandma Tony Popsicle here, saying if you need some reinforcements, your grandma is with you in spirit and in cat spirit. And so maybe you have a cat, or you know, maybe somebody's grandma here trying to chat with you. But yes, that intuitive spirit. Trust in your intuition. Trust in the decisions that you need to make. Stand firm, hold your ground, trust. You are coming into about abundance for September. You're learning how to balance. Chariot is also about balancing your light, your shadow, your yin, your yang, your feminine, your masculine, your good, your bad, your ugly. You're learning how to balance it all. Your emotions, your depths, your highs, your lows. Okay, Divine Masculine. So trust that it's all within you. The strength is within you. The authority is within you, is what I'm hearing. That's powerful. We have the Four Swords from Spirit that's coming through. Hector, you say masculine, Cancer, Gemini. Masculine, Cancer, Gemini, woman, will, masculine personality. Okay. With the masculine personality, I'm guessing you say. Okay. Cool. Well, those reading, we'll carry on and see what the final message is for Cancer. But yeah, definitely, if any of these messages are resonating with you, Hector, definitely take it as is. Don't force anything that doesn't. But yeah, hopefully it's giving you some guidance and messages that you need to hear. The Four of Swords with the Moon card. So maybe some of you Cancers are Cancer moons, or maybe this moon, full moon in Pisces energy is really also connecting with you. Maybe you have, maybe your Pisces moon, or maybe a Pisces in your chart, who knows. But I'm definitely picking up on someone who has, you know, if you're a Cancer moon, you are really in the depths. Like you are so deeply emotionally intuitive, and sometimes those emotions can cause you to feel like, I don't know how to juggle or balance this. That's why the Four of Swords is out here, for you to take a step back, to breathe, to pause, to rest. Four of Swords is also preparation, right? Preparation for what? For battle, like the Chariot. Moving into battle, moving into the fight, moving into the next stage. So this eclipse, this full moon eclipse in Pisces is also preparing you, asking you to prepare yourself for what decisions you have to make, so that the dreams that you have made can come into its entirety with the right people, the right energies, the right resources that will enable you to truly, fully live in your highest authority. The masculine energy within us all, regardless of gender, is that which brings your dreams into fruition. The dreams that you have is the feminine energy, the creative dreams, ideas, conceptions, sensualities, emotions. That's all feminine. The masculine energy brings that into physicality, fruition. That's why you need that yin yang. That's why you need that balance within yourself, so that you can also offer that and know how to be able to balance that in your partnerships. You might be seeing 222. So whatever your moon sign is, whether it's a Cancer moon or wherever it is, your moon sign is your emotional needs. That's how your emotional needs are met. If you are a Cancer moon, and this train is going crazy, so this is somebody's message, but if you're a Cancer moon and you're reflecting on a lot of nostalgia from your upbringing, from childhood, you know, partnerships, from past life memories, soul recognitions, timelines that you are wishing to pull into this timeline, lifetime, or clear out so you can begin anew, your emotional needs will be met by the nurturing of a Cancer energy, that nurturing, that mother, maternal, protector, love, Queen of Cups energy. Your emotional needs will be met by having that safe space, having that home feeling safe at home, creating home wherever you go, right? And so make sure that that you can tap into that so that your emotional needs can be met, Cancer. Moons. And whatever your moon sign is, that energy, the energy that your moon sign is in, that is how your emotional needs will be met. Okay, I hope that helps. All right, I'm going to get your T formation, Cancer, and then we'll carry on to our final sign of the night, which is Leo. And your T formation, Cancer, is smiling is the most basic kind of peace work. I love it. Smile through the pain and sorrow. Smile, then maybe tomorrow. Some Nat King Cole coming through. Earth angels, those who have transitioned. My grandma and cat coming through. So you have guides, angels, earth angels that are with you, Cancer, helping you. That's why you're looking up to the stars. That's why you're looking up to the moon. You have the star in the moon. I just saw 11111, wishing, rising into the frequency and the abundance of conscious love. So I hope that helps. That's very beautiful. Okay. Right on, right on, right on. Yes. Very nice, Hector. Cancer sign, June 21st. Right on. That's a cusp. All right. Let's move on to Leo, 11144. Leo, divine feminine. Divine feminine, Leo. You have the Crown of Cups here. Bottom of the deck. Thank you all for being here with me so far, hanging in with your girl. Thank you for liking and subscribing. Be a part of our Vibe Tribe. So Leo, Divine Feminine, you have the Crown of Cups, the Seven of Swords here for September. Divine Feminine, you are also tuning into some emotional strength and maturity. I know this is so blurry. Excuse this camera. But you are learning how to navigate the waters of emotions, the oceans of emotion. You're learning how to stay above water, to keep your emotions intact, in harmony, at bay. Keep it I just heard it, keep it a buck. And yeah, just stay mature through whatever it is that's coming through. Seven of Swords here, with the Ace of Pentacles underneath that. What's coming through that you don't see, Divine Feminine, Leo, is, you know, you going somewhere. You trying to sneak out somewhere. You are trying to figure out how to navigate, how to move in the night, in the silence, in the quiet, when no one else is watching. You could be, you know, this could be deceit for some of you, but I think of the Seven of Swords as a take what's mine, leave the rest behind. And sometimes you do have to leave in the middle of the night. Sometimes you have to leave when people aren't watching. Sometimes you have to leave kind of silently. But if you're stealing, or if someone's stealing, you know, taking from you, Divine Feminine, you're learning how to keep your emotions balanced and matured through it. If you are removing yourself from a situation in silence, out of protection or out of secrecy. You're trying to figure out how to navigate all of this. But you do have, you're leaving something behind for the Ace of Pentacles, for something divine. The Devil card underneath that, Divine Feminine. You're breaking chains of you're breaking chains, I want to say, of toxicity. You're breaking chains of you were stuck. That's what I'm hearing. You're breaking chains of where you were stuck. That's why you're sneaking out, Leo, Divine Feminine, for something new. Knight of Cups. I'm trying not to go too deep in the deck, but this is a little bit of a tricky energy, and that's why I'm hearing trickster. So maybe somebody is being kind of tricky, trickster energy with you, Divine Feminine, Leo, or maybe you're kind of moving in that tricky, kind of trickstery energy out of protection, because if you're in that chain of being in a sticky situation, maybe a toxic relationship for some that's very, very specific for some, then you're trying to sneak out so that you can break yourself free, because there is something that is divinely waiting for you, an opportunity that is divinely waiting for you. So take that as it resonates, Divine Feminine, Leo. Don't force it if it does not. However that moves in your wheelhouse. Let's see what the Divine Masculine is. Welcome on, welcome on. Thank you so much for the compliments. Divine Masculine, you have the Ten of Wands here at the bottom of the deck in reverse. You're completing a cycle. Something really heavy. The burdens with the Page of Wands at the bottom of the deck, and then the Knight of Pentacles underneath that. You are ready to lay these burdens down, Divine Masculine, Leo. You're completing a cycle. You're completing something that has been very, very heavy. Cycles that have been very, very heavy. You've worked, I'm hearing you just have worked yourself to the bone. You see, he's got like ripped shirts, dirty. He's just been carrying everyone's burdens. Maybe you've been carrying everyone's burdens, Divine Masculine. And it's time, though, it's time to lay those burdens down. I'm hearing responsibilities that are not yours to carry. Cycles, burdens from past cycles, from past generational cycles are no longer yours to carry. It's time to lay them down, okay? Divine Masculine, the Page of Wands, look at this. This is about, look at her as she is free. Look, going from, this is what September, this is the strongest energy for September, Divine Masculine, Leo. All these burdens coming to the end of this cycle, ready to lay those burdens down. And as soon as you do what you don't see coming, you're going to be free. Throwing up the wands on fire. This girl is on fire. Hey, hey, right? Thank you, Alicia Keys. You're going to be on fire. Spinning the baton, the fire baton, I forget what they're called. And just being free. The Knight of Pentacles, this has been a long journey for you. A long, long, long journey for you. It's been a long, long time coming. But I know a change gonna come. Yes, from Ten of Wands to Ten of Pentacles. Look at that. Oh, yes, it will. So that's what I'm saying. Change is going to come, says Sam Cooke. The Death card underneath that. Okay, Kali Mara, dancing on death. You are going through a major transformation, ego death, so that you can move into this Ten of Pentacles, into a new legacy for your future of abundance, of stability for your family. Going from, what did I say, generational cycles to generational abundance, generational wealth. So maybe you're clearing out. That's what's dying, is the lack, poverty mentality, working to the bone. Slavery mentality is what I'm also hearing. Slavery, generational cycles that have embedded in our minds, in our DNA of belief, that all we should do is just grind and hustle and grind for a dime. But now you're recognizing that you can release that. We're coming to the end of that. It's time to free yourself, Leo. Divine Masculine is coming through really powerfully. It's time to free yourself. It's been a long time, but now this, freeing those wands, taking all that time that it's taken, is now Knight of Pentacles, slowest knight in the deck. By the time it shows up, though, it is loyal, it is ready, it is secure, it is stable, and that's what you're building for your future. So even if right now you might be feeling September is just wah, 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 what you don't see coming, and it may show up in September, it may show up after September, is this, okay? Is freedom and prosperity and abundance. Shift. Let the ego die. Honk for confirmation. Let the ego die. Let me get some of my tea. That's the tea right there for you. Let the ego die from poverty, lack, scarcity mentality, and come into abundance mentality, because abundance is your birthright, Leo, divine feminine. Yes. Yes. Hector, you're not disturbing me at all. I appreciate you asking about the overall message for Cancer. I don't know if I can remember it. I know I went back for some of them when it channeled through, but I'm kind of, you might have to rewind back overall for Cancer, because there were a lot of messages for Cancer. So you might have to rewind back. I am going to timestamp so that you can just go and jump to it anytime you want and put it in my Tea and Tarot Tuesday playlist. But I know that it was beautiful, you know? Listen to, yeah. Listen to your emotional needs, the stars that you are wishing upon. I can't go back. I can't, because as I channel, sometimes it comes through and I can remember and recollect it, and sometimes it just kind of moves through me, because that's me channeling from spirit, just moving through. So I'm just going to advise that you just either rewind this live, or you can wait till we're done with this live, which we're almost done. We're getting the final messages from spirit for Leo, and then we'll be wrapping up. And then once I timestamp, you can just go back and listen, okay? Sorry about that. But thanks for being here. So Spirit says for you, Leo, Page of Crystals, Page of Pentacles. Don't give up on whatever it is, your dreams. Why? Because Nine of Cups. Yeah, because you are tapping into your highest fulfillment, your inner fulfillment. Look, you have to break through the karmic cycles, though. Three of Swords. But in order for you to get to this inner, independent fulfillment, emotional fulfillment, Leo, you have to break these third-party cycles, karmic ties again, right? Third parties could be another person in the mix. It could be something that's just, really limiting, distracting, limiting beliefs. It could be, traumas, addictions, whatever the case might be. Those have to go so that you can really tap into your highest fulfillment. Because look, the Wheel of Fortune is underneath that. The Wheel of Fortune, Your destiny awaits, is what I'm hearing. Your destiny awaits. Your wish, your Tony, he's getting his nails in my screen door. He's ready to go outside. But so now I'm feeling distracted. So maybe Leo, don't let these third parties, right, distract you. Don't let the Ten of Wands, don't let the deceit from others or the sneaky links or the devil cards, don't let all this energy try to distract you from being in alignment with your destiny, with what is already written in the stars for you. Okay, the wheel of fortune is turning in your favor this month. So let's go back to, I don't know who got this one, but this is your T formation to close out, Leo. Gratitude leads to love. I think it was Gemini. Gratitude leads to love. So through all of this, all the things that you are healing through, working through, releasing, letting go this month of September, release it with gratitude. Bless and release. My old boss used to say at the modeling agency I used to work for, bless and release. Shout outs. Shout outs. Bless and release. Thank you, Kim Hoffman, for not only teaching me style, but also teaching me bless and release. That's what you are going to be doing, Leo. Okay? So I hope that helps. This was some beautiful energy, some powerful energy, and I don't expect any less right now for this eclipse energy as well. And take it with a grain of salt. Take what resonates, leave what doesn't, but lead with gratitude, lead with love as best as you can. We're shedding, we're continuously shedding. We're in the final quarter of 2025, the year of the snake, the year of 9 of our full independence. And we gotta shed. We gotta shed the shit that don't align anymore, that don't work for it anymore, work for us, okay? I know you got it in you. I love you so much. If you would like to book a personal tea and tarot soul session with me, you'll get a 1 ounce loose leaf handcrafted tea from my friend Rem's Apothecary. My information is in my description box. You can find me, or you can follow me over on my Instagram, Princess Leah 888, and DM me there, or just be a part of my Instagram fam. But I appreciate everyone who has stuck with me throughout the night. I hope these messages really helped you move through your September. And until next time, my beautiful beloveds, the light within me honors, values, appreciates, and cherishes the light within you. Namaste, peace and love. Bye.